No, maybe.
Ted, you doing all right?
I'm doing fine. Sure is.
Well, you can see who
We're-
started the
We're
problem.
live.
July.
Yes.
Call the meeting to order.
Yeah, I tell him.
This meeting of Mayor and Board Alderman for the city of Cleveland is now in session. Anyone having business come forward and you shall be heard.
Ted, will you open us with prayer?
Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we come this hour of the evening to give thanks for the many blessings that have restored us to us. We thank you for this day, for allowing us to come together for our first meeting. We pray that everything we do and say tonight will be in your will. It is in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. Want to thank all you visitors. Troop 23 has been there a real long time. It was there when I was a little guy. So, and that's First Methodist, is it not? 23. Okay. We're going to do a little business and then we're going to stop and take a picture with y'all. So I know y'all are here for merit badges. So we want to accommodate you in any way we can with that. So we have one visitor tonight, Sean Johnson, Chamber Director for Tourism. If you'll come up, I think everybody has gotten the information. If you'll
Hey, Sean.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Sean.
kind of go over what we're looking at here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
Sure.
seeing me.
Thank you.
And did you guys get this?
We did. Yes, sir.
Packet? Okay. I did add another picture today, just taken from the perspective of standing in the street. So it's on the last page of this, if you want to look. I didn't have this in the original packet. Kind of what it would look like from Highway 8 there. And importantly, one of the things you'll see on there is the backdrop to the, anybody? It has the Cleveland, good, okay, it has the Cleveland sign in the backdrop. Of course, our pretty green strip and all the retail kind of tells the story. I was working in Tupelo when we put the statue of Elvis at Fair Park. The thing about that statue, that is from the photo of him reaching down into the crowd. You may be familiar with it. It was taken by Peter Marshutz. When we were doing a promotional film for that, we wanted to see exactly where that took place, and we couldn't do it. It was in a parking lot somewhere. But we decided that we could put the statue where we wanted to in the best place. That gave us a lot of freedom to put a statue in a really good place. So we put it, Jack Reed was Reed was the mayor at the time. And
Yeah.
I asked him if he'd it just said City Hall up on there, City Hall. And I asked him to put the word Tupelo there, and we'd put the statue here. And when people take pictures of it, have Tupelo in the background, provided context. So
Sure.
a lot of placemaking in these sorts of things. And where we are in Cleveland, we're in the middle of the Mississippi Delta, but we don't really have a blues presence. We don't have a connection that is overt to the blues story. We've got Dockery on one side of us. We've got Rosedale on the other side of us. Robert Johnson traveled between Dockery and Rosedale. And from everything I've read over since I've been in Cleveland, a couple of books about Robert Johnson and the history of him. And the thing was, his stepdaddy wanted him to work on the farm. He didn't want to work on the farm. He wanted to be a blues musician. He kept going to Dockery, and they kept laughing him out of there and ridiculing him. And so he decided to go to Rosedale, where they didn't mind him so much, his bad playing so much, but he came to this crossroads, really a metaphorical crossroads of, do I go back and work on the farm, or do I commit to music? And that's the greater story. And I think that's a good story. And I believe it's a story that people would like to see. And I think that Cleveland has a place in that story. Thing about a statue too is they are the best advertisement that you can have. You've probably seen that statue in Tupelo in ads. I've seen it on the Today Show. It is an icon for Tupelo now. I see this one here. I see it in my mind already, with this with a Santa hat on at Christmas and, different things like that that take place because we've got this statue going. So what I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about was getting permission to place the statue there. We want to fund this, and I believe we'll fund it pretty quickly with all the interest in Blues and Johnson privately through donations.
Yeah, it's a lot of interest in it, I know. And they have a big following on all this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question, John. I think you already answered it with this picture. I couldn't tell from the one you sent us where that X was, but I think that's a great location. I was worried about the entrance to the 50 Nights of Lights and the guide wires, but it looks like you're further west than that.
Yes, sir.
So this is where you think it's going to be.
Yes, sir. There's a little
I think it's a great spot.
right there. And I talked to Josh about it, and he said that as long as there aren't any underground utilities there, we should be fine.
I make a motion, we approve the location.
Second.
Okay, Gary made a motion, Danny second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Okay, and we'll need to get with Josh and make sure all the
Yeah.
details.
Yeah, just make sure you stay away from those guide wires so that when they put up 50 Nights of Lights, they don't knock him over.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
What would be the timeline that you would
Right.
envision?
I am hoping that depending on how quickly we raise the money, it'd be less than a year.
I know it takes a long time to
It takes a
cash.
while.
Yeah.
And we've got an artist picked out. He's working on actually a David Bowie statue for Memphis College of Art right now, or the old Memphis College of Art. So,
What would be the height of this?
well, I would like to do it actual size, and we're going to model it out and make sure it's not too small. Robert Johnson wasn't a big guy. He was like 5'6", but I think that that's important for people to know that he was a little guy, that he wasn't a big guy. And if we were able to, depending on how it looks, it's going to be.
I'm going to put it on a pedestal or something to raise it up.
Well, I want him to be, it'll be a walking statue, which will be kind of a unique statue. Most statues are posed, in a certain way. He's actually walking through Cleveland. So I was thinking what we would do is build a little slab, and then the statue would be affixed to a disc that we would drill into the slab. We would attach with bolts to the slab. Then as we go forward, we would have some, telling the story and about Dockery and the whole thing. But just getting that statue up and the news coverage that comes with it, because as far as I know, this is going to be the only statue of Robert Johnson in the world. We'll be able to tell that story further through press.
Well, that's
Great
great.
idea.
I have a
Great idea.
question, Mayor.
With our art out here, we have ground lighting. Are you gonna have anything to light that at night?
I think it would be
I
nice.
think it would.
I think it would be really
I think you
nice.
ought to consider that. And only other thing I would say is because that people will congregate around the statue. I don't know the ins and outs, but I don't know, do we need to contact MDOT because of the proximity to the highway?
Well, I did talk to Willie Simmons.
Okay.
He said he didn't think it
Good.
was. gonna
I
be
saw what
issue.
you.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine with that. And I was out there today. That little strip is bigger than you think. It's about as.
Yeah, it's pretty wide.
It is.
I just rode by and looked at it.
I like the lights on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So you had questions, Amy?
Yes, I understand that you're saying that you're going to be raising money
Mhm.
for the statue. What, is there an obligation for the city of Cleveland?
The only obligation that we're asking for would be help with the actual
Concrete pad or whatever.
concrete slab.
Okay,
And then as we go forward, the way it worked out in Tupelo, the CVB put up about half the money, and then we got the Elvis Fan Club to sell bricks and do the other part of it. We don't have the space to do all that here. I think we'll probably do just some little plaques for the bigger donors. But if we have an interpretive plaque, we'll raise money for that too going forward. So I'm not going to come back to you guys and ask anything else.
I just want to know.
Just want to.
Okay, fine.
Very positive.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate your thoughts on
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Good, thank you.
Okay, public hearings,
Yes, sir.
adjudication first, I suppose.
Yes.
Beginning 203 South First Avenue, Donald M. Davis, 403 East End Street, Apartment A and B, Ruby Williams Life Estate, Jimmy Johnson remainder. 1205 South Christman Avenue, Betty Jones. 304 Cross Street, Players Properties LLC. 101 Cross Street, Morris Jones. 807 Church Avenue, Vince DeQuarius. 803 Church Avenue, Teresa R. and Tony Lewis Lloyd. Well, that sentence off. 812 Pearl Avenue, Vivian S. Burnett. And then finally, 811 Pearl Avenue, Ollie Whitfield and Regina Whitfield, Kirksey. Anyone here to address any of those?
Morris Jones is here.
Hey, come on up, Mr. Jones.
Hey. How y'all doing?
We good? Have a seat.
All right.
And we're talking about what property?
This, Mr. Jones's property is 101 Cross Street.
Okay, what's the status, Mr. Trotter?
No progress.
No progress, and you've been given notice?
Oh, yeah, I'm done. She telling me about the vehicle that's on my property here. They're running vehicles that's sitting on my lot. I don't understand what's the problem with them. She wanted a vacant lot when my lot is vacant. Well, she said they got complaints with my neighbors, but I've asked my neighbors, and nobody got no say, Joe, I ain't got no problem with your stuff, Joe. That's your stuff, Joe. I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So I'm my vehicles that's on my lot, I don't see a problem.
We talking about at the end of the street here.
At the end of the street.
Been that way forever and a day.
You talking about down here?
No, they ain't been that way forever and a day. We just
Oh, my Lord.
we just put those vehicles maybe a year ago. A year and a half ago, we saw them there. And the reason that we saw them there because when the lot is empty there's people partying. We got trash that I have to pick up constantly that's there. So I filled it up because with vehicles to keep people off the lot.
Okay,
Keep from having to clean the lot and constantly clean my lot.
So do you propose to make any changes or just do what you're continuing to do?
What changes are I need to make?
Well, under the statute, the city's giving you notice because it needs cleaning up and it's an eyesore. And it would be up for the city to adjudicate and make you clean it up and remove them. And are there any other alternatives other than just saying that you don't agree?
I mean, where are they gonna go? Where else can those vehicles go? Where else there to go?
Kirk.
Mr. Mayor, about 8 years ago, when Jamie was here, we went at great length with this same property. There were all kinds of vehicles there. And
let me
ended
stop him right there.
No, he's talking.
Oh, I'm talking right now. And we went to great length, ended up in court, and they were removed. It's right there, not far from where I live, and I see that on a constant basis right over there. It's grown now. It looks like not a used car, but a junkyard. And the residential people there, we made the neighbor clean up, and they cleaned up their property there at the corner of, I think, Lee and Sharp. Right next door to his, they cleaned all that up. So
I mean, we just have a city ordinance that says dilapidated vehicles have to be removed.
Yeah.
And they can't be on the grass.
They're not on the bread, they're on the slab. I got a slab.
They can't be on the slab either.
But another thing, just like you said, they asked the guy, here's Yerginam to clean up, but he come and tag my property. But I asked him, I said, you have any problem with my property? Just you can come and talk to me. I asked her, I said, you have any problem with my property? You can call me and talk to me about it. We don't have to go through this.
So we hadn't talked.
No, she told me I gotta know. She said, I'm gonna give you the heads up. I talked to her at Walmart. I have had problems with my property on Alo Street right there. They asked me to clean up, and I cleaned that old stuff up out there. And I told her, I said, well, I got that old stuff cleaned up. She said, well, I'm gonna give you the heads up about Cross Street now. I didn't know anything about this at the time. I'm like, well, what's going on Cross Street?
And what do you want, 30 days to clean it up?
to move the cars, 30 days, get it all moved out.
But I think he's talking about my father's. I just bought this property. He said, hey, yeah, I just bought this property in 17. I bought this property from Delta Foundation,
Father,
2017.
who's his father?
They ain't been but 7 years.
Norman Jones.
That's
I've on.
Yeah, Ted, you remember we had a,
that was Norman Jones, you know.
It got nothing to do with Marvin. I'm talking about Marvin. I'm talking about me.
I'm talking about the property that that Norman was the one came up here.
Right, on what property?
Same property.
Well, he owned it at one time.
Yeah.
He owned it. Well, I bought that property from through Delta Foundation. Delta Foundation had the property. It was vacant for I don't know how many years before I bought it. I'm gonna say 10 years, but right before I bought it. And y'all can't remember all the old gang signs and stuff that was at that property. They had gang signs all on the walls.
Hey, what are we talking about? 30 days?
Is there a building down there?
It's a building, yes.
And the dilapidated cars on your property.
30
Not 11 days. They're running
They're not.
vehicles.
Okay.
I'm asking
Every one
where.
of these vehicles are.
I can crank them up right now.
Even the red one?
Oh, the dump truck, now the dump, that's my uncle's dump truck right there. He passed away, but I got it on the property. Yeah, I did. That's the only thing that's not running, that dump truck.
You won't have any trouble driving them off then.
No, sir.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna drive them to?
I don't know.
No.
It's
Have them in,
my property, or where we're gonna drive them to?
We have an ordinance against
they
it.
have them in the city.
Just can't do it.
So
I'm
We
gonna
need 'em.
give 30 days.
How many vehicles
Okay.
are you talking about?
Do we have a picture of this?
7.
Yes, there is.
On my lot.
It's in your.
It's in the
Dropbox item 1D.
See the picture.
It's 17 or 20.
7. SEVEN 7.
And this SUV, this,
Back in.
So, and this RV is.
That's running. That's RV is running. Yes, ma'am. It is. The only thing is not running is that dump truck I bought from the city of Cleveland.
And then
That's
there's
the only
another
thing.
vehicle that's in a fence that's behind that RV. Is that running?
That's no. That need a transmission in it. That's my.
So it's not running.
It's running. Need a transmission in it.
But if it needs a transmission, it's not running.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Gotta-
I can move it. I can crank it up and move it though. Yes, I can crank that up and move it.
That building belong to you?
Sir.
Does the building belong to you?
Yes, the building block. I was cleaning the lot up, getting them old trees and stuff up. I had my son to do it, and
What's in the building?
it's in
What's
the
in the
slide right there. He the bloom. I got a lot of.
What's in the building?
I got hot water heaters in there.
You can put all the cars in there.
No, sir.
That'll work.
The cars can't go in that vehicle. There's too many
Yeah.
cars in that vehicle.
Well, I make a motion, we give them 30 days like we do and to remove to get in compliance with what you're directing.
And if you have any questions, they can talk to you.
But
But
after 30 days, we'll have to take action.
Okay, got a motion. Okay.
I made the motion.
Kirk made a motion.
Second.
Brian second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
Do you think 30 days you'll have?
No, sir. That's a lot. Where I'm gonna put them in 30 days? Where actually can I put my vehicle? 7 vehicles. Where can I put them in 30 days? That's my lot. Where can I put them in 30 days? And another thing, when they moved, we got trash there. Who can I call to pick? Who can I call to clean my
The
lot?
owner of the property.
That's me.
Property.
I'm the owner.
Yeah.
People are there. They putting stuff on. That's the reason that they're there. That's my point. I'm trying to make this point to you all. That's the reason that they're there. They're on my property. That's the reason I got them there.
You don't want to
Because-
sell them?
No.
That is a good answer there.
No.
Yeah, I think
You got people
Plenty of sense.
on your property and leaving trash, you can call the police.
put a camera up.
Well, if I could see them, that'd be fine. If I could catch them, but you ask my neighbors, they see them a lot. So what don't you think they'd be like, man, I don't be me. I'm gonna be out there at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning for. There's not me out there.
Okay.
I'm tired of picking up
We've
beer
got
balls. I'm serious, y'all. I'm tired of picking up beer balls and trash.
We've already voted.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the cities, they voted and they've given you 30 days. And here's what that means. If they're not gone in 30 days, the city's going to come and they're going to get a wrecker and haul them off. You're going to get the bill.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And if they do that, they'll just haul them to some yard somewhere and then you'll lose them for the storage. So in other words, it's up to you to take action,
sir.
and that's within the city's authority.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Carry on.
Okay.
All right.
As to the other properties as read, there being no further comments, it would be in order for the board on those to have a motion and second to
So moved.
adjudicate as well.
Okay, Brian, Danny, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, okay,
And I've got two more
Public
public
hearing.
hearings there.
we're through.
I'm done.
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
The first public hearing that is listed is on Blake Ferretti's property. That's been published and posted and conferred with Mr. Trotter, and there have been no objections. Is there anyone here to speak to that? There being nobody here to speak with it and the board having been briefed.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
A motion, Danny second, all in favor, say aye. Okay,
Moving right along. The next one, a public hearing, Mr. Bolden, and y'all are familiar with that. Y'all authorized publishing that last month. It's been published and posted. And Billy, there's no objections there either.
I'll second that motion.
Danny, Kirk, all in favor, say aye.
Y'all are through unless y'all want to talk about it.
Good.
Thank you, y'all. All right.
Everybody,
I tell you what,
Y'all don't want to take a picture with the Boy Scouts?
okay. Brian mentioned that we don't want to take a picture. I think y'all might have had enough entertainment for the night. I think you deserve whatever merit badge you get. So how are we going to take a picture with this many folks?
Wait, could I ask for the address of that guy just so we can kind of drive by and we show what we're talking about?
101 Cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go to the end of the street and look on the left, you'll see.
Maybe they're.
Yeah. Oh, how about wait till tomorrow to do that?
Yeah, I think it'll be a better picture tomorrow.
Explanation, the way that works is there's a statute, and if something is in the cleanup, even to the point of demolition,
I think it's,
city first look at pictures.
I don't know. We fix to take a picture with these people so they can go home. Or go watch a football game.
Reviews or.
We need.
What's wrong?
Right. I want to watch that football.
It was a fascinating topic.
Mayor, do you think,
We need to.
Mayor, do you think, how would we stand right here?
Do you want-
I'd have them stand from face that way and you can get in
And,
picture.
and could,
Well, Brian needs his son.
That's fine. Whoever.
we could stand up.
I'll come this way and then
Yeah, y'all come on up this way.
Oh, come on.
Ryan.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
The one you parties do.
Y'all just jump and stand in different places, however you want.
Yeah.
everybody move up close to the table.
He said he wants somebody his dad.
Yeah.
I can get all around it.
Y'all come on around.
Oh, come on around.
Heather, are you gonna take the picture?
Come on around.
Yeah, just get around. It don't matter if we can see us.
I was shutting the door.
Get him up in here.
Move up, squeeze in, there you go.
There you go.
Gotta get out of
What's your name?
it.
How you doing, young man?
I was gonna take the picture. I was getting out of hole.
Hell,
Hey, guys.
sit down and let one.
yes, you sit
You need to sit down and let one.
Tyler,
He's over there.
slide. Y'all keep sliding.
Y'all move right here.
Stay right there.
Where they can see you. Come on down.
Wait a minute. Danny,
Traffic.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, act like y'all happy.
Smile now.
Thanks, the shorter one.
Can you see it, buddy?
Lee, can you get everybody?
Okay, Tyler, go do it that way.
There's an opening right here,
got a gap right behind the shelf.
right here.
Come on around, guys.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
I'll go that way.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
See it on the screen up there.
Yeah.
Everybody say cheese.
Picture of the screen. Okay. All right, look, 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3. It's good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, and y'all keep up the good work.
So fun, thanks.
Y'all don't want to
Hey,
hit
David.
2 hours, so y'all. Here, you got it. Do you remember
Time the game starting.
6:30.
came up really with that lawyer?
Okay, we're on a roll.
That's a union.
Yeah.
He was
I think
That's all I have. Your Honor.
transfer.
All right, we're gonna-
Yeah.
Let's listen up. Okay, let's go to engineering. Josh?
Guys, you all got a copy of my report. I'll hit a few high points. We have a change order for the additional control equipment for Fayette Davis that we spoke about at the last board meeting. We anticipate having that job closed out within the next month. Rosemary Road project, we're happy to update that we'll be taking bids on February 9th for that project. We have a pre-bid meeting next week, so we already have a lot of good interest on some bigger contractors, and we're excited to get that one moving forward. North Street drainage improvement. You've seen there's a lot of materials being stockpiled over off of Chrisman. As soon as we have a better schedule, I'm going to be reaching out to the board and give y'all a good in-depth update of when we're starting, where we're starting, and all the questions that I know y'all will be receiving once we start moving some equipment around. The last thing I have is our ARPA project. So we are applying for the additional matching money for your ARPA funds under the state, municipal, and county water infrastructure program. And there's the preliminary list of projects we're applying for on the back of our report. We're making some changes from the last round we applied for. We're going to tweak some projects, try to make them rank a little bit better and go from there. And that's all I have. Y'all don't have any other questions for me?
Do we need approval on the Fayette Davis?
We do, yes, sir. We need a motion.
Okay, Danny made the motion.
Second.
Gary second. All in favor, say aye. Yeah, there's been a lot of work put on that board, and a lot of it, as we know, we speak through our minutes, the flooding and our infrastructure. People are not going to be able to see our stuff going underground and all, but they have done an excellent job on getting this to the state so we can.
All those pipes going under North Street?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Running
That's what he
new
wants to talk
pipes.
about.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering, that's some,
It's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
downtime, and we're going to get a lot of people saying, well, I can't get to my bid.
Right.
That's a subject for another day when you really get a handle on it, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to get a good schedule. And what I want to do is I'm going to draft a little informational one pager that shows the layout with a description of what we're doing. Because I know you guys are going to get a lot of phone calls about this. And I want to make sure we put this out there on Facebook and the newspaper and inform the public. So we're going to have a nice little simple one pager, but I got to get a good schedule first. We're supposed to have a on-site meeting this week with the contractor and get a better handle on it, and then we'll go from there.
The pipes are big enough to carry some water out of here, and that's what we need, Cleveland, Mississippi.
Josh, if
Yeah.
you'll share that with me, I'll put it on the city Facebook page as well.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it depends on the weather, but what's your completion goal on that project?
Well, it depends on when we start. It'll be summer regardless. Either way it goes. We're starting soon. There's been as y'all know, material delays have been killing us on this job, and this concrete pipe is no exception. So we still don't have all the materials delivered yet. There's still some long lead time on a few things, but I anticipate realistically this getting started probably in the next month, and it'll be an early midsummer completion.
Thank
Some
you.
of it you're gonna, I'll update later.
Okay, further questions of Josh? Okay, if not, Danny.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Josh.
Board approval is needed for the consent agenda.
so move.
Gary, Brian, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, okay.
In your packet, there's a request to proceed with redistricting per Chris Watson's recommendation. You know, you've got a 16-point plus deviation that requires it. So moved. Motion second.
Second.
Danny, Gary, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, okay.
We've got executive session actions when you need it. We want to save it to the end of the meeting, but they'll be pretty quick too.
I have one item, airport economic development, be about 5 minutes. And Joshua and Clinton need to be part of that.
In addition to that, you'll have airport, there's discussion of a land sale and an HR matter.
Okay, Mr. Trotter,
I have nothing, Mayor, unless y'all have something for me.
questions? And y'all got his report?
I do have a question. Mr. Trotter, did you follow up as it relates to that committee?
Yes, ma'am. I spoke with Danny and I spoke with Mayor Now as well. And I reached out to the planning commission, to see if they had any recommendation. I want them to recommend someone according to what we discussed at the planning commission, remember?
Oh, yeah, we want somebody that's got a knowledge of building and that type thing. And want to get some input from some of the members of that board. But you hadn't had a meeting yet, had you?
I had, I sent an email, we meet on every Thursday, so I sent the email and asked him. Come up with a name.
Okay, and then you'll bring 2 or 3 names back to us.
Back now, I give her an update on those nights.
All right, that'll be
So,
good.
so therefore, you saying that I don't have, an opportunity to submit a name if I know someone?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody
that's
does,
what I
but just make sure they have, my point is make sure they have knowledge of building and that type of thing.
Okay.
Don't, that helps to have somebody that's in that arena.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, all right, let's see where we go.
You could do the executive session.
What was he?
Well, next, Kirkham's got an airport report. It's
Okay,
about 5 minutes. And then I've got a land sale thing that is very quick. And then we've got an HR map.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on with these other. Anna, Railroad Museum.
How are y'all? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All is good. Report. Thanks for having the Boy Scouts tonight. My son Ford was there.
Good.
But I'm good unless y'all have anything for me.
Okay,
Good job.
you sure are. Okay.
Thanks,
Dudley?
guys. I don't appreciate it.
Dudley, you've grown a little since I've seen you last. Do you have a report of any?
He's got one, but it'll be an executive.
Okay.
I want to say something about that. I don't know if y'all paid attention to the report he sent out,
Yeah.
but it was kind of interesting. They issued more tickets, twice as many tickets this year, traffic tickets, as they did a year ago, and crime went down equally as much.
Yes.
So obviously, police presence makes a difference.
Big difference.
And thank you all for what you're doing.
You
So much.
dramatic drops in crime, which is social, like you say.
It's awesome.
And
I agree, the visibility is important, and when you have people that are visible, then crime decrease.
Same thing happened in the Public Works report. There was no damage to the Christmas lights this year, little or no damage because of the police presence.
Mhm.
Anyway, take it back to the chief. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, and it was also Police Appreciation Day, and I came by to tell y'all appreciate you. And I heard y'all had donuts, pizza, and all kind of treats all day.
Want to take a nap after.
Right. Well, we're really appreciative of what all y'all do, Rob. So,
Thank you for your service.
all right, Greg.
Yes, sir. We had a pretty busy month. You got my report from what we've done and several other things, but also want to highlight the American Red Cross. And on February 4th, that's Saturday, they have gotten some volunteers from Delta State. They're going to come in, and in about 4 hours, they're going to put up a bunch of smoke alarms here in town. Andrew Nelson with American Red Cross has been in contact with me. We've been working together. And about the only thing they asked for the city of Cleveland is just an area or point that they can start from, as well as maybe a fire truck to come through. The firemen are meeting tonight, right now, the officers as we speak, and they're talking about what they can do to help them. It's a really good program, and we're glad that we're able to provide some more smoke alarms to some needy people. So just some good things going on and partnering with a good organization. Is there anything else that you need from me? I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions of Greg? All right, Jamie, Animal Shelter.
Good evening. Y'all might have my report. I turned it in kind of late. That's on me. It's been a little bit of a busy month. We did take in 72 animals this month. For the year, we've taken in 1,013. So we're nothing if not consistent. We take in about 1,000 every year. We are, by the skin of our teeth, almost done with the building. We have just the bare things left to do. Hoping to get the punch list done by the end of the month, and they'll turn over ownership of the building to us so we can move into the front. They did get the words up on the building, so if y'all get time to come by, it looks really good, especially in the morning before the shadow gets on it. And we just have a few things left to do. We got a canopy ordered, so we're getting there. And then we want to do that ribbon cutting as soon as everything, gets into place.
We're looking forward to that.
So Jamie, under your section, I added the MOU that was requested from the town of Tutwiler. So I thought we would bring that up while you were discussing. We received a request actually from the sheriff in Tutwiler. And Jamie and I talked about it. And he said normally, or so far, we haven't done an MOU outside of Bolivar County.
Yeah.
But I did tell him that I would bring it to the board. But I guess I'll just leave it for the board.
I'd be reluctant to open that gate.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have.
Bolivar County, sorry.
Right. That's what Jamie and I had, that's exactly what Jamie and I had said and what we thought had happened, but I didn't want to.
Nice idea, but I just think.
Right.
Jamie, if you'll pass that on, it feels like we're Bolivar County oriented.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, we agree with y'all. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Okay.
Very quickly, several people have asked whether or not in long-range planning at this new facility, do we have any plan for a walking area for animals that would be, is it called a dog?
Dog park.
Oh.
Is there space there that could be developed? And I know we had a discussion years ago about it. And
when Jamie Jacks left, or Jamie Lee.
It was more in a residential area and that became a problem. So I'll throw that out for just a discussion later on. If
Jamie, you heard that.
Absolutely. And I mean, we do have the field adjacent to the shelter. So there is room on that area to look into that for long-term planning. Absolutely.
Well, that's fine. We
All right.
address that later.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Hunter.
How y'all doing? Y'all have my, I don't have anything unless y'all have something for me.
Okay, I want to thank you again, like I did this morning, for having, not being with your family on Christmas. Out doing all the work for us. And that's the thing about all these department heads and their jobs. It's not the regular 8 to 5 kind of situation. So how many breaks did you have over the freeze? That was another.
Had to cut off around 40 plus houses that had water leaks and needed their water.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you
for your help.
Okay. All right. We'll go on Steve-O.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't have anything outside my report unless y'all have something for me.
Questions of Steve-O?
It's a great job for what they did on the walking trail. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
I have a question.
Danny has one. Go ahead, Danny.
Dittos to what Gary said about what y'all taking care of on the walking trail.
Thank you.
Tell me about what your thoughts are on the sign out there. I saw half your signs on the ground.
At Public Works?
Yes, sir.
Where I wanted to look into getting a new one.
Okay.
We picked it up a couple times and it's a 3-part sign and the poles are rotted and I really want to get it. I guess I need to get with Josh about getting a new one.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, I want to tell you, thank you for your service. But I do have a question. I was over on Bishop Road and Ferris Drive.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the issue with the drainage over there? Because I had to kind of drive through some flooded water. So I was just trying to wonder what was going on over there.
That's one of the
I was
lowest.
visiting.
That's the lowest place in town. It's
when it rains hard at all
the time. It's Josh. It's a better question for Josh, actually.
Okay.
He just put up barricades that night. But we have got some thoughts in mind that to maybe have a retaining pond somewhere that we're going to work with some people on. And there's all kind of thoughts been put into it, has it not, Josh?
Yes, sir. I mean, ultimately, the problem is you got 68 acres that drain through one 24-inch pipe into Pecan Bayou. And so it's just undersized storm drainage and that street floods out faster than any other street in the city of Cleveland. So
By far.
yeah, so we have some plans. We're going to try to get some money. I mean, I think it's a really big project, millions of dollars to correct this issue. So we're actively soliciting funds. And so,
Yeah, it's top priority on every list that we have.
yes, sir.
So we're gonna try to get some grant funds, or if something is out there to try to assist with that project.
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our MCWI application to a drainage project, put Bishop Road on the list. When we're applying for that right now, it's due by the end of the month. So we're going to go ahead and put it in for that. In addition to that, this is an excellent project to get on FEMA's list. The city has been extremely successful with FEMA hazard mitigation projects over the last several years. We just have to have another disaster declared in the state before we can apply. So we'll have everything ready as soon as which had happened at any disaster across the state, not a disaster in Cleveland for clarity. So a tornado in Oxford, Mississippi would qualify Cleveland to be able to apply for hazard mitigation. So anyways, the next disaster gets declared, we're going to be sitting on go with all of our hydraulic reports and maps and estimates. We're going to put it in as well.
But it's top priority for sure.
Yes, sir.
Being the lowest there.
Thank you, young man.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I got one question for Steve-O, if I may. Those lines, I don't know if they're cable line right there on Pearl Street. It's more lines look like they're hanging down than we have lights that's out. So I'm trying to see, are you experiencing a lot of that with different lines across the street?
It's AT&T. I have a lot of problem with AT&T lines being lowered or pulled down, and it's a hard time getting them out there to fix their lines.
They won't return your call. It's pretty difficult.
So we sat on a pole, I want to say 3 weeks trying to get a line off the ground before they finally came out.
Get two of them.
Mayor, let me ask this. I know what can we do to try to help Steve in this endeavor? Because he got those problems with lights, he got problems with lines.
Yeah, that's Entergy. I don't know. I'm up for anything. All these folks till I'm blue in the face.
I hit two of them hit my windshield on Highway 61.
That's entirely too low.
Yeah. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Because I've called and they won't even return my call.
I've got some rough ideas.
Have you talked to Clint?
I have not.
I'll be glad to call him.
Okay.
He's president of AT&T.
Okay.
Here in Mississippi.
Okay. That's a good try. Somebody that knows somebody.
Good idea.
I don't know what maybe somebody can send me an email with the issue.
Steve-O, would you get Steve-O, get Mr. Paval and kind of take an inventory of all the lines that are almost touching the ground in town?
I mean,
and we'll see.
Can deal with
location.
The 800 number.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
Thanks, Kurt.
Can't do it.
All right. Other questions, Robert?
No,
that may work.
Means.
That's all.
Okay. All right. So Clint.
Good evening, Mayor. You should have my report between the weather and the holidays the last few weeks. I don't really have anything notable to add right now.
Okay. Questions of Clint?
Have we approved all the pay requests on that thing?
They were in the consent agenda. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Clint will hang on for the executive session just for the airport when there's
I will.
Jason.
Jason is at the park. They're finishing up their gym, their basketball season tonight. So they had awards and games and everything going on tonight.
They reported, department had a meeting this morning. They're extremely busy. They got more signed up for basketball. They got basketball tournaments next 3 weekend.
They're finishing up basketball. They have started baseball and softball registration, and they did their second Parents Night Out this past Friday night and had more people sign up for that. So he said it looked like that was something they were going to do on a monthly basis.
It's wonderful.
So it
What a
was
gift.
Lots of activity.
lots going on.
Okay. All right, Michelle.
So I have just a few things. We received request to appoint Corinne Hegwood to the Cleveland Library Commission for the remainder of the term vacated by Cheryl Wine.
So moved.
Gary, Brian, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I guess that came from the committee.
It
Would it
did.
not? Yes,
Yes,
that's
sir.
basically how it happens a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then we also received a recommendation to reappoint Heather Walker to the Cleveland Library Commission for another 5-year term.
So moved.
Okay, Brian, Dan,
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Okay.
Okay, I included in Dropbox the quotes received to replace our computers citywide, which we have on lease. Our lease is up. And so we have quotes in there for our new computers.
This was budgeted, right?
Yes, sir, budgeted.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Gary, Brian, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Next item to do with the computers is the lease financing. Lowest and best bid for the lease financing for that computer lease.
Is that through do we advertise that for a bank or is that through?
This is actually like a computer financing. It's,
Through the vendor?
well, one is Lenovo, one is a vendor, like a computer.
That's fine. That's fine.
And then the other is like a capital financing, Blue Street Capital.
Motion, I make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Ted, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, Heather.
I only have one thing tonight that needs approval, and that's the employee action recommendations.
I make a motion with approval.
Gary made the motion.
I second.
Danny second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed?
The
Okay,
only other item I have is an executive.
okay. All right, Robert, you got anything from Jackson?
Mayor, no more than we've opened up and we've hit the ground running and all the projects that we have for the city of Cleveland. I'm delighted to say they've been taken under advisement. And Clint, I do have one thing to tell you that I have a colleague that's my desk mate. His son is in your program. And that means one thing that we can go in there to the appropriation chairman and talk to him about some more funding.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
All right, Kurt.
I have nothing open session.
All right, Zena.
No, sir, nothing. Thank you.
Ned.
Yes, there in my ward, especially on Pearl Street, there are several 18-wheelers that are coming down Pearl Street from other area. And what they are doing, they are breaking the asphalt there. And we definitely need to find some way that we can either give them ticket or slow them down so that it won't continue to just tear the streets up.
Why are 18-wheelers coming down there?
Residential?
Residential, yes.
We can put up no through trucks, can't we?
What are they hauling? What are they hauling, Ted?
They
Are they parking?
Are they parking or are they just riding? I mean,
they just riding through, just riding.
not even thoroughfares.
Yeah. They can't make a turn. I don't know how they.
That's no reason for a grain truck to be coming over there.
They are coming, I guess they certain coming from other streets that's coming since Pearl is right, that first street going east there, where most of the cars come down.
Yeah.
So they just come out that way.
It must.
Everything comes straight to
Can't
Pearl.
we just put some signage, no trucks?
No through, yeah.
Rob, y'all go take a look at that too, just.
And I don't know that we could.
Potholes.
GPS.
Yeah.
You have those potholes that
They're really not parking
They
out.
don't have a G.
they're not.
Ain't got no
They're just
business.
coming that way.
Unless they live
Way to that truck.
Unless the person who's driving the truck lives over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have not.
Right.
Yes, sir. Ever since we put the stop sign over on Bishop Road and Ferris Drive, I've gotten quite a bit of complaints, and now I've actually been handed a petition with 40 signatures.
Okay.
Asked us to
I thought
revisit
that
that.
Probably coming, and that's, I think, a worthy thing. I think the way we do it is the exact way to do it. We do a traffic count. And I think, I've heard more of that than other. I guess, sometimes you make a mistake, and if you rectify your mistake, so I think it'd be the pleasure of the board, whether to,
Turn it back over to the engineering department to.
whatever y'all say.
Yeah, yes.
But let me,
I
may
think we
say
need to
something?
have
Go ahead.
some input professionally about it.
I do too.
I agree.
That's right. That's why I said.
Make a decision to be arbitrary.
Right.
Right.
What you guys say, Zane?
And I was gonna say, it wasn't a mistake because I was on the road one time and I almost got hit. So that was one of the reasons why I was definitely in agreement with the stop sign being there, because somebody almost hit me.
I think the
I
resident,
do think, I think with all the traffic citations that we've been seeing, that we have a little more police presence over there, that might help.
I do too.
I've gotten
Well, 40s.
about it. So, and now I've got a.
Yeah, well, I can't go in anywhere that somebody doesn't say something to me as well.
Your protocol is to refer it to here, and you've got to, you'll do a traffic count.
Okay.
Let's do it. I'll make a motion. We refer that back over for a traffic.
Okay. Right. Danny, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Nay.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, Josh, you get that?
Yes, sir. We'll get with the police department and we'll reperform the traffic count and the study and see how it affects your current policy on hand and go from there.
Yeah. Okay, Dan.
That's it.
I don't have anything.
I make a motion, we consider an executive session
Second.
to consider the 4 items that are listed, including the airport economic development. I think there's employee action.
Gary, all in favor, say aye.
Are they in the minutes? What the other 2 are?
Thank you.
I make a motion.
Hey, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I make a motion.
I've made the motion. Danny second, all in favor, say aye. Okay. Now go into executive session.